Okay, hello everybody. This is the second video clip for the online meeting of March 26th. Okay, so I'm going to introduce the next layer, security layer for commercial aviation, which is passenger and carry-on bag screening. So the airport security checkpoint, right? As long as you have taken an airplane before, this is something you are familiar with, right? Security checkpoint. It is the layer that has attracted the most funding, policy attention, and visibility because later we'll say that TSA employs a lot of officers, transportation security officers, to finish the screening process. And there are also hardwares, instrument need to be researched, need to be bought to carry out the operation, right? So it's a lot of money, okay? At the checkpoints, passengers and their carry-on items, they are subjected to a variety of techniques aimed at detecting and removing dangerous items. So the first stage of the screening process is travel document checkers. Okay, these checkers, they are also transportation security officers. They have the same title as all other officers. They are who are screening your body and your carry-on items, right? They are TSOs. So they operate in front of the security checkpoints at U.S. commercial airports. So basically, they will require your boarding pass, your photo ID, and they need to use hardware devices to validate those IDs and boarding passes, and also they will just do a visual comparison between you in person and that person on the photo, right? So then there are a lot of checkpoint screening technologies will be applied to finish the screening of passengers and their carry-on items, right? So after being admitted into the checkpoint itself, travelers and their carry-on items, they're processed by one or more of the following currently deployed screening technologies, okay? Let's check them out. So firstly, it's called enhanced walk-through metal detectors. So currently, 1,505 of them, they are deployed in United States that screen persons for metal weapons, including guns and knives. Okay, so currently, yearly there are two passages in security checkpoints in U.S. airports. One leads to this instrument, which is called walk-through metal detector. Another another passage usually leads to something called AIT, right, at the bottom of the slide. I'm going to talk about that later, okay? And the second device here, or the technology here, is advanced technology X-ray systems, okay? They are for the screening of carry-on baggage, right? They provide enhanced visual detection or automated explosives detection capabilities. So X-ray systems, they are for your carry-on items. And then explosives trace detection units used by TSOs to test selected carry-on items for explosives residue. So sometimes you will notice that some officers, they will use like something like a piece of paper or facial tissue to swipe your items, and then they will bring that facial tissue to another small device and use that device to detect if there is explosive residue on your items or even on your clothes to detect possible dangerous items. Okay, the next one, I don't say them a lot, is called bottled liquid scanners that screen bottles to determine if they contain explosives. So currently you cannot bring a bottle with liquid um, on board right? If that bottle if the liquid is more than 100 a milliliter, right? So I'm not sure about this one, bottle liquid scanners, but yeah, there is, I suppose. The next one is even rare to say. Only 255 of them are deployed across U.S. airports. It's called chemical analysis devices, which are small devices used to identify suspect substances. Okay, so the last one is the most controversial one. It's called AIT, or full body scanners. They screen persons for metal and non-metal threats, including weapons, explosives, and other concealed objects. Okay, you must have seen it before. It looks like this, right? So you go in there, you raise your hands, and this device will scan you. But like I said, it's controversial. It's controversial for two reasons. Firstly, there are two types of this device. One type uses X-ray backscattering technology to detect people or to finish the screening process. The second type use millimeter wave to do the same thing. So X-ray and millimeter wave, there are two types of electromagnetic radiation. Okay, so the first issue here is people's health, because X-ray radiation is harmful to people's health. Okay, so European Union, they used to ban this type of device in EU because they think it's harmful to people's health. But in US, TSA argues that the devices used here in US are using X-ray backscattering technology. They are safe to people's health. Okay, and the second issue is not people's health; it's about privacy. Okay, why is that an issue? I'm going to show you several pictures here. So we have four pictures here. On the left side, they were taken by devices using X-ray backscattering technology. On the right, we have other two pictures. They are from a millimeter wave technology. Okay, there are two types of devices here. Okay, so you can see basically, if you are screened by no matter which type of technology, it's basically equal to strip search. Every detail on your body will be shown to inspectors. Okay, so people are concerning about this. Of course, they should. You can check these four pictures. Everything is clear. So in order to address this issue, TSA developed a software which will what? Will show only a very general picture to inspectors of TSA, just like the picture I just show you here. Okay, no details on your skin, no details on your skin. So this one is much better than the upper, the four photos are shown at the top of the slide, right? But the problem is that this software to show only a profile of your body cannot be, or it's very difficult to install on those machines with X-ray backscattering technology. So the result is that TSA eliminated, they removed all devices with what? With X-ray backscattering technology. So here in US, today, when you are going through these devices, it's called Aviation 2. They are all based on millimeter technology instead of X-ray. So less health issue, less health risk, and it's also protecting your privacy. Okay, so this is AIT. This is AIT, and let's talk about the checkpoint screening process. Okay, and usually the first step is a walkthrough of an AIT or metal detector. Like I said, in US there are usually two passages, right? One is for AIT, another one is for metal detector. The later one actually is faster. AIT, if you are going through the passage for AIT, you need to go in there, stand there, raise your hands, and wait, right? Metal detector, you don't have to wait, you don't have to stop, you just go through it. And if there is no alarm, it means that there is no metal items on you or in you, because there could be metal items in a passenger's body if they did surgery, right? Bone surgery. And a walkthrough of an AIT or metal detector for the person and passage through the X-ray equipment for carry-on bags and other items required to be screened separately from persons. And in this process, if you trigger any type of alarm, you will be asked to go aside, and extra screenings will be done for you or for a specific passenger, right? And the TSA, of course, it maintains a list of items that are prohibited from carriage on board an aircraft by a passenger, right? Or a placement in checked baggage, or both, right? And we mentioned some programs before, right? For example, pre-check program. It's a whitelist program. And actually, TSA reported that as a result of a pre-check program and certain other exemptions, checkpoint wait time has been reduced by 20 minutes or longer by 64%, which means that pre-check program is helping TSA to shorten the process of screening and ease the burden of TSA. But although so much money has been used in checkpoint screening process, there are always argument. There are always argument on the performance of airport checkpoint screeners. So according to some tests carried out in 2006, TSA screeners missed fake bombs 75% of the time at Los Angeles International Airport, LAX, right? And 60% of the time at Chicago O'Hare International Airport. These two airports, they are very famous global hubs for international airlines, okay? So according to this test, TSA screeners, they are not working very well, okay? So of course, there are reasons for this, and TSA, they also argues that these are the reasons 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's and we're going to improve them, but still the performance of airport checkpoint screeners is the argument on their performance is always there, right? There is always space for improvement, okay? And there is also another program called Screening Partnership Program. The purpose of this program is to cooperate with private companies and ask them to do the screening instead of using TSA resources to do the same thing. So in 2002, TSA began a 2-year pilot program at 5 airports of different sizes, in which private companies, they were contracted to provide checkpoint and checked bag screening. So after 2 years, as a result of this pilot program, TSA created something called SPP, right? A screening partnership program, under which any commercial airport authority can request to transition from federal to private contract screeners. So they can request, but it doesn't mean that the request will be processed or will be approved, right? So, but as a result, by January of 2011, a total of 17 airports were in this program, and the TSA administrator announced that no further expansion would take place unless a clear and substantial advantage to do so emerges in future. That's because a lot of people they have concerns about this SPP because after all, one of several huge policies after 911 is that taking back the authority of screening from private companies to federal government. As a result, TSA is now responsible for the screening process of most airports in United States. So if we're going back, if we're giving back authorities to all those companies, what's the point of getting back all those authorities after 9/11? So a lot of people, they have concerns about this. They're also concerning about the quality, the performance of private companies on passenger and bag screening. And in 2012, GAO produced a report. They found that the privatized screeners, the privatized screening companies at SSP airports performed better than non-SSP airports on certain measures and worse on others, which means that there is no substantial advantage to employ private companies to do screenings. Okay, so yeah, I would guess so that I would say so that there will be no expansion on this program. Okay, so TSA now is still um, responsible for most airports in the United States in terms of security screening. Okay, that's the last. Sorry, that's the last slide for the second video clip. Okay, there will be the third video clip for today's meeting, and after that, I will publish everything online. Okay, thank you.